Zarqawi. Now, our president doesn't like to boast. He doesn't want to look like a cowboy. Yeah. All right, cowboy. Let's talk, partner. Who invited Zarqawi? Let's talk about that. A year. And by the way, before I want to talk about that, can we please have a giant up for Mike McCormick? Jacobson, voter action. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. And seriously good stuff. You know, Rich Simonson, Elliott Bay bookstore, independent bookstore, as opposed to the dependent ones, thank God. Okay. You know, Mike, by the way, was one of the guys who brought me here electronically, broke through the electronic Berlin Wall. Don't forget that. And Mike Webb, who can't be here tonight, but I want to thank these guys. KBCS is Bruce Worth. Did he make it in? He's making it in spirit. Let's give a big up for KBCS. Air America, please. I know we have the lawyer Paul lady here, because another hero. They're heroes, man. You got giants here, all these people. They came down to size just so you wouldn't feel bad, but they're actually all at least 12 feet tall. Zarqawi. A year after the invasion, I got together with General Jay Garner, the guy who had been our kind of pasha, the first guy that we put in charge, that the president put in charge of Iraq. Anyway, I want to take you back to April 27th, 2003. If you want to know about Mr. Zarqawi. April 27, 2003, a call comes in from Washington, D.C. to Saddam's palace. It's ours now, the Saddam Hilton. General Jay Garner's ensconced in the bedroom, gets a call. It's Rumsfeld. And Rummy says to Garner, he just arrived hours before into Baghdad. Just arrived. And Rumsfeld says to Garner, you know, in so many words, don't unpack, Jack, you're out. And then they savage this guy in the press. Now, what had he done? Apparently, wait. Apparently, and the reason I talked to him is I got a hold of this, okay? See, I know, I don't want to upset some of you, because I know that the President and the Prime Minister of Britain have said that there was no plan whatsoever for the oil fields of Iraq before the invasion. Yeah, right. Conspiracy theories, they called it. Conspiracy theories of a plan, that Bush had a plan for the oil fields of Iraq before we invaded. And he actually didn't. He had two plans. I got this one. I can't remember how I got this one. But BBC said, you better go authenticate this. Just because a brown envelope tells you that there's a secret plan doesn't mean that, you know, you better go on. So I went to General Garner. 3 stars, that's good enough for me. Said, you recognize this? He said, oh yeah. The plan. See, what happened was, Garner made a mistake. See, the president had made a speech, appointed Jay Garner, and said that we were bringing democracy to Iraq, stability, they'd be in charge of their own destiny. Democracy to Iraq. So Garner got off the plane in Kuwait, and just as he was about to head on into Baghdad, said, yep, democracy, we're going to have elections within 90 days. On that, he said, you know what we're going to do? They asked about the oil, he said, and he told me, he said, you know, it's their country. And he added, and it's their oil. And I got a call from Rumsfeld. Bye. See, because the plan says, it may be their country and their oil, but see, elections, democracy, they didn't want that confused with elections. And see, because the plan, Annex D of the plan, it's 101 pages long, and Annex D required 270 days, see, 270 days to sell off all state assets, including privatization of concessions and leases and management contracts of all state assets, which in Iraq is about the game, especially those in the oil and supporting industries, especially the oil. So off. But you can't do that in 90 days. You need 270 days. You can't elect, because no elected Iraqi government is going to let you sell off their oil, or our oil, which is under their sand, right? Yeah. Garner made a mistake. I said, so why didn't you impose this plan? He said, well, I thought I would give it to an elected Iraqi government and they could do with it what they wanted. Now, what else did it? It was an odd plan. It was an odd plan because now you would think a plan for the occupation of Iraq. It's called the economy plan for Iraq. He told me he thought that the economy plan for Iraq, for the occupation, he said, should be about gathering the harvest, because they were facing starvation, getting the water moving and the electricity turned on. Instead, 101 pages, you should read this thing. No, you're not supposed to, but I read it. In the book, we show pictures. It has an income tax cut for the rich of Iraq. A cap on corporate taxes. Foreign corporate taxes. Expansion of the copyright laws. So that we would no longer be threatened by Baptist copies of Britney Spears' Baby Just One More Time.